Hello and welcome back to my portfolio updates. This is episode number 5. My portfolio value is currently at £5,525.16. This week I saw an increase of 1.2%, which is a very happy sight to see after having consecutive weeks of increasing by 0.1%. This allowed me to be up on my overall portfolio for the month by 0.7%, indicating that I had a pretty poor start to the month. But that's okay, we bounced back. We got some stocks maybe at a cheaper price, which is always a good thing to have. No stocks were sold this month. I plan on keeping them all long term still. Still want to get into more reevaluating them and seeing where I can get a bit more value for my money. Before I continue, none of this is investment advice. It's just my personal experience with investing. Do your own research, and if you do invest, your capital is at risk. The stocks I bought this week were £14.69 in Pepsi. Pepsi I am still currently down on, unfortunately. However, I am aiming to keep decreasing that dollar cost average to hopefully one day make it easier for me to make a bit of a profit on that. The extra £4.69 is from the dividends I received in the previous week. As I said before, I want to continuously reinvest all of those dividends. I then invested in Microsoft, another £10. Microsoft is my worst performing stock of all, currently down 10% all time. I bought a very hype time for AI chips, and Microsoft was just a company that was helped by that. As I said, I'm down 10% on it, but I think Microsoft is just a solid company overall. I then bought £10 in McDonald's, the big golden arches. This one, again, I'm also down on, which is why I bought all 3 of these, because I wanted to decrease that dollar cost averaging and make getting a profit a bit easier for me. I'm currently down just over 6% on that. Paid me some good dividends before, so it's a solid stock. And I don't think McDonald's is going anywhere anytime soon. This leads me on to my biggest winners. Apple at 8.62%. Had a really good week. Extremely happy with Apple's performance. Overall, I'm up 23% on Apple, so it's been a strong stock. One of my best ones so far. As you can see by this graph, it's had a fairly steady uptrend this week. It does say 12% over the last week, but that has included the Friday session from the week before. But again, it continuously shows that upwards momentum that it's had throughout the past week, which I'm extremely happy for. Makes my portfolio value look a little bit nicer. Onto Visa, it's up 8.06%. Visa, I'm up overall 11.41%, so it's really boosted my value in Visa recently, which I'm very happy with. Again, as seen by the graph, strong upward momentum, which we'll also see in a similar company, MasterCard, which you may have seen on my previous slide, is up 7.8%. Both companies are very similar in what they do. Both have a similar trajectory. As you can see with MasterCard, I did probably buy at a bit of a high time, but that's okay. I'm now positive, as you can see, bang on 2% up from where I bought, comparing the peak of the blue line is to the dotted grey line is where my dollar cost averaged stocks are, meaning that last week had a massive impact on becoming profitable in another one of my stocks. My biggest losers, again, I believe for a consecutive week, Samsung down 7.86%. Now, yeah, it had a bit of a downtrend, and I believe that was due to a bit of fear about some chips. However, Samsung, I'm still up overall 213%. It's by far my best performing stock I've chosen. Need to reevaluate it still to see whether it's worth investing more or whether I should be selling it by now. But extremely happy with Samsung still, so keeping that one for a little bit at least. Then we've got BAT or British American Tobacco down 2.74%. This one again fluctuates for me a little bit, but I am up overall 10.2% on that. It has kind of continuously sloped downwards over this week, which isn't ideal, but it's something I can live with since I'm still up on it, and it pays me really good dividends every, I think, 3 months it is. So we'll live with that one. Diageo, I believe that's how you say it, down 2.7%. Now this one, it's one I'm believing in, but I'm currently down 5.7% on. I think it's a good stock. It's one that owns a lot of other beer brands and alcoholic brands, and I think that'll still get consumed by the masses. So it's one I'm going to keep buying into and keep lowering that dollar cost average while I can. I believe the company will have a turnaround at some point, and hopefully by that point I'll have got enough shares in it that it'll make that turnaround look incredible. The dividends I received this month, starting with Goldman Sachs, I received 62 pence. Not a lot, but it's definitely not the least I've received in dividends. Always grateful to have it come through. Goldman Sachs is, again, really solid company. I'm currently up 26% on that stock, so working out really well. Probably going to add a bit more to it over the next few months just to increase that dividends a bit more. Onto Shell, £1.45. This is my least valued share in my portfolio. I'm only up 3.4% on it, so I might look into buying a bit more of that as the dividends has turned out to be really solid. It has taken a bit of a dip over the last couple of months, but still up on it overall, so we'll take that while we can. Pepsi, as previously mentioned, I bought it this week. Got £1.51 from it in dividends. Obviously, buying that stock this week will not have affected how much dividends I get this time, but the next time it will, and meaning next time you see Pepsi on this list, I will receive a tiny bit more in it. Coca-Cola, its direct rival. I'm up 15% on that and have received 89p in dividends from them this month. Again, another staple dividends payer, one of Warren Buffett's top dividends payers. I believe that he has received estimates of 700 million from the amount of stock he's got in Coca-Cola, which is crazy to me, and obviously an inspiration to all dividend investors. And hopefully one day we can all reach that sort of level. But at the moment, 89p, somewhere to start. The total for this month is £4.47. This week, sorry, £4.47. Very solid. Very happy with it. Nearly on par with the previous weeks. As you can see by the little graph, we've seen a little uptrend in it, a little drop in April. May, thought we couldn't get better than that, and then we've smashed through it in June, receiving £16.37 in total dividends, which is unbelievable. And then we've only just started July, so we've only got 89p, which previously mentioned is from Coca-Cola, which is still incredible. June I couldn't be happier with. It's shown that I'm getting the trend going, and maybe next June we'll do a little comparison, and hopefully I may be in the £30 by that point and receiving dividends from them. My biggest stock winners of June were Rolls-Royce, up 19.55%, which is incredible. Rolls-Royce, great performing stock for me, up 33% total on them, with 14 shares of it. Unreal, so happy with it. Home Depot, as previously mentioned in other videos, fluctuating stock, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. This month, up 14.82%. Overall, this is going to show how poorly I invested in this. I'm only at 1%. Positive is positive, but it just shows I've still got a lot to learn. And when I first invested in some of these stocks, I had no idea what I was doing. So definitely got some improving to do there. Visa, 14.11% this month, as previously mentioned, had an amazing week previously, which has really boosted it, taking me into that profitable overall return on it, which is 11.4% all time. So very happy with this month's performance. Couldn't really ask for much more from them. Biggest losers of this month, Samsung, as some people may have predicted, down 13.85%. Really sad to see that drop, but I can't really complain about it since how much I'm up on that stock. I couldn't ask for more. Nvidia had a bit of a rough month, down 12.76%. Still positive on it just about by 4.8%. It's one of those stocks that will fluctuate a bit, but it's still one that I can believe in. Still one I need to do a bit more research into because it's one of those ones everybody was buying, so I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon, and that is my own mistake. You've got to make sure you know what you're getting into with these stocks, and I didn't fully understand at the time. So that's why I want to do a bit more research into it to grasp it a bit better. And Shell, to finish it off, down 11.53% this month. As I mentioned, still up on it overall, but it has really affected how much buy. Not ideal, but again, Shell and Chevron are companies that I think will be around for a while and are still earning massive profits. So I'd imagine they will go back up. And again, they pay good dividends. So that is one thing that I want to keep coming in is the dividends to keep that snowball getting bigger, and eventually it can take me to that financial freedom part. But that is it for this week and the little update from this month. Thank you anybody who has listened and anybody that has come back to the video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, any of that. I'd really appreciate it. Any support, any advice for these videos, as I am clearly very new to this. But yeah, thank you anybody who's watched, and I'll see anybody who wants to come back in the next video.